Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. This week's episode, I am so excited because it's something that a lot of people don't talk about and some of us feel ashamed to do, which is to protect our energy. And in business and in life, it's so important. And I'm going to talk to you guys about this, especially with some situations that has happened this past week. I think it's so important to remind you guys of that. And I'm doing this from El Carro, the car, because, I have the kids. So I'm out doing an errand. So I thought I would do this podcast right now. So let's get started. And as always, thank you so much for all the love and DMs. And if you have, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this podcast, leave me a review if you want to and have time to. And as always, let's get started. So in business and in life, there are amazing people that will touch your lives and, are a blessing. And I always say collaboration is so important and so special. But there's also those people, and you know who I'm talking about, that only want their needs met. And once you give them what they want, bye Felicia's. And I've had a few of those in my life and in my business. And also doing coaching, it has really taught me the value of energy exchange. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Why aren't educators, why don't we give it all away, everything, And it has to do a lot with energy exchange, you guys. And I'm sharing all this information and all these numbers. I'm not doing it egotistically. I want you guys to know that. I really am doing it from a good place, from my heart, because I really want you guys to understand, because I think it's so important. And more than just numbers, all the sacrifices that we all take to the road of innovation and being educators. So when you ask for information from somebody, okay, think about the energy exchange. Like, what are you really asking for? So I'll give you an example. Sometimes when I do certain techniques or certain colors, I'll get DMs like, what color did you use? What is the formula? What tool did you use? What liner did you use? I don't even know a person's name or anything. And so that's the first question. This is how I feel about it, okay? So I have spent, and my husband and I, we did the math. Okay. And I'm getting close to $40,000 in education, becoming a hairstylist. And you know what, you guys, that's nothing. I know I'm going to keep investing, but you know what? I do not regret any single one class that I took, because I have always learned at least one thing. There are classes where my mind is blown, and there's classes, well, at least I learned that one thing, So energy exchange is so important. I have spent over almost 40 grand. I'm getting close to there. And I'm like, damn. And in my education, but it has been so instrumental, you guys. It has been so important. From facing my fears, I'm still scared, but facing my fears of flying, to take education, winning and being gifted an educational event ticket, different things that I have won have been so amazing. And that I've invested, thousands of dollars in has been amazing as well. It has opened doors and opportunities for me. But I truly believe, and I never really understood this until, recently, this past, year, that it's so important for you to do an energy exchange. Money is neither bad or good. It's just an energy exchange. Hey, I want some knowledge from you. So in exchange, I'm going to give you this from me, which, in good faith, because I believe in you and I believe in myself that this information is going to change me. It's going to change my life. It's going to change something that I need changed. So having said that, it's an energy exchange. When you ask for free things, you guys, and I really want to talk about this today, I think you have to remember about the energy exchange. And I'm going to first start with the energy exchange about, getting and asking for free things. And later on, I'm going to also ask about the investment part of it. So let's get started with the free energy exchange. So in my podcast, you guys have heard that, I had exchanged a lot of my time. I've asked if I can go, be at a place to kind of, before I became a stylist, to see if I wanted to do commission, assisting, if I wanted to do rental, if I wanted to do like a hybrid method. I did a lot of different things, you guys. And when I say free, I don't mean like, hey, give me the information. I mean, hey, would I be able to go to your salon and, like assist you for the day? So what does that mean? Celeste was, like they didn't ask, some places didn't ask me to, other places did. I was folding towels. I was washing bowls. I was picking up, the hair. I was brooming. I was, organizing. I was watching. I was assisting in the little things I could. I was being helpful. Okay. I wasn't just standing there like whatever, this is all for me. And the reason why I do that is because, number one, it's just the way of being. I love helping people, you guys. I fucking love it. And I know I'm not supposed to swear, but I don't care. I love helping people. It just makes my heart jump up with joy. But also number two is the energy exchange. I don't want to be an energy vampire, and I know I'm going to get crap for that, but I don't care. I don't want to be an energy vampire because I have been around those. I have been used, you guys. I have helped so many people before I became a coach, educator. I have helped so many others work with brands, respond to emails, to become ambassadors. I have done so many things for free, you guys, and I have never gotten a thank you. And it's not an egotistical thing like, oh, I didn't get a thank you. It's just then I got ghosted. And then when that person needed something, they came back and asked for it. And it's draining, you guys. That energy is so draining, and you may not believe in energy. So let me tell you this. What if I always came to you and always asked for money, want, and even if it's not money, just want. What if I always came to you and only thing I did was want, take something from you? It would be so draining, you guys. It would be so draining. I don't want to be in a relationship in my life. I keep my circle very close because I don't want energy suckers where they just want something from me. It's a dual relationship. It goes both give and take. But it's more, for me, it's giving both in both sides. We give more to each other than we take from each other. And I think it's so important in our industry, you guys, to just really be a giver. Don't expect anything from anybody because we're all entitled to say no. We're entitled to have boundaries. And that's my my big tip number 2 is going to be about boundaries. Okay, so my second tip will be about boundaries. Boundaries are so important to have. I will not allow just a stranger to come over inside my home and hang out with my kids and myself in the living room. Would you? Okay, I didn't think so. So why can we have boundaries online and in our business? They're so important. And I have boundaries in my business. They're very important to establish so we both know where I can, where I can give, where I can take. It has a very clear communication. It keeps everybody happy. And then social is so important. And I'm actually doing a live today. This podcast is being published the day after my live. I'm going to do a live about that, about energy exchange, and the boundaries are so important. I'm not going to give everything away for free. I am not, you guys, because there is no gain for you. If I would have, all the education I've taken, you guys know how much I spent. It wasn't just do it this way. Okay, what good does that serve me? When I take a class, they tell me why. And if they don't tell me why, I will raise my hand and be like, but why? Knowing the why, having the energy exchange of being away from my kids, not being gifted to me, but actually I have to invest my time, invest my effort, my energy, my brain power to be in the moment, to take information and apply it into my business. That is where the magic happens. And, I will continue to give you guys as much knowledge and tools. There's so many tools I have given you guys for free here on my lives and everything. But it comes to a place too as well where there are boundaries. I have had people that, that do spend $100, $500, $600, $800, over $1,000 in coaching calls with me to help their business. Some of them have already become educators. Some of them, they're thriving, they're doing amazing. And I don't flaunt about it in my social because I think they deserve that. They invested. They did the energy exchange of getting, the knowledge, but they did the hard work. They actually took action because knowledge without action is just words in the wind. They don't matter. So for me, it's just when I do that energy exchange, you take it, honey, you run with it. Whatever you do with it is yours, honey, because you did all the hard work. And that's why I think energy exchange is so important, and to have your boundaries. And, I know some of you guys got mad at me and unfollowed me, and I'm not going to like that, but I don't have to give you guys everything. I do my own videos. I do my own website. I do everything I do, you guys. It's a one-woman show. One-woman show. And I'm actually going to be, have a big surprise for you guys coming up. It's how you guys can do it as well. But it has taken a lot of time away from my family, from my husband, to figure all this stuff out. So for me, having the boundary that I know I am worth it, just like I tell you guys, make sure your clients know you're worth it. I know I am worth, because I have been told the amount of information I give, even in just 1 hour call, is more than some people have spent a couple $1,000s in a course doing, okay? So I know I am worth it. I'm not asking for too much, and I'm not taking advantage of you. So have your boundaries, you guys. Just like you have your boundaries in business with your clients, have boundaries online. Have boundaries if somebody comes up to you like, hey, so what video person did you use to make this video? To be like, oh, it's one of my friends. Like, okay, yeah, but who was it? Well, I'd rather not say. You have, and you're allowed to do that, you guys. You're allowed to say no. I know it's so hard to say no, but we have to say no, you guys. We can't just be giving everything and ourselves out for free. You'll be emotionally drained. And having said that, number 3, emotional drainage. Emotional drainage is real, whether you believe in energy or not. If you see somebody crying, does that affect you? You say maybe it depends. If you see somebody laughing, does that affect you? You say it depends. Now, if somebody was pointing at you, a complete stranger was pointing at you and laughing, would that affect you? Like, that's my question for you. Like, take a second to just kind of think. Somebody's pointing at you right now and laughing hysterically at you, and you know it's for you. Would that affect you? Or would you look back to be like, oh, is it me or somebody else? Emotional drainage is real. I really believe a lot in energy. And that's just my personal belief, is that you attract what you release into the world. And emotional drainage is real. I really try to protect my energy at all costs. And I know that may sound selfish to some of you guys, but you guys have to protect yourselves. No, baby girl, like, we can give everything. I love giving, and I love giving love. But if you don't protect yourself from harm's way, if you don't protect yourself from your energy, who's going to do it for you, hun? Nobody. Everybody's going to keep taking as much as they can. And now, having said that, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, everybody just wants to take. There's some amazing people that will give to you too. But I'm saying is, have that circle of protection around you. Know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. What are you willing to exchange and give, and what are you not willing to exchange and give? And that makes you selfish. And I will share this with you guys. I rarely... And I know some of you, because I have DMs, and I talk to some of you guys. I listen to the podcast, and some of my friends, they're like, yeah, I see everybody who follows you and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but I generally think they're like a nice person. Yeah, they may have a following or whatever you think of them, and you respect them a lot, but I just think they're a good person, and so I want to be their friend. I'm not asking for things from them. I just genuinely think they're a cool person. So I'm like, hey, I want to be friends with you. And that's that. And just for me, like, I don't expect people to just be takers from me, and I protect my circle and energy. I try to be the same with others. I really try to make decisions on my own when I can, to have like my top 4 people that I go to just for advice. And I'm just like, hey, I have this idea. This will be the results, and I'm feeling hesitant about X amount. What do you think? And those are my top 4 people. But most of the time, I really try to just like sit with it and try to make my own decision, because at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. So make sure to keep your energy high. Make sure to protect yourself from emotional drainage, which is a real thing. Now, for the happy part. For the happy part, we're going to go into the amazing energy exchange What happens when you exchange energy for energy, whether it's money for knowledge, whether it's knowledge for money, whether it is to do something in exchange for something else, the magic that happens with the energy. When you exchange energy, like when you exchange money for a class or knowledge, you're more invested. I can have a free class and I will like be doing another thing, and I'm like, whatever, like this thing is free anyways. Yeah, there's no matter how good the information is, I'm like, yeah, it's just free. And for that reason, I've decided this is gonna be my first and last master class that's free. Because I really, and I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to make money, like a whole bunch of money out of my master classes, but I do want to go ahead and have that energy exchange. It's so beautiful. Even when I take online courses, when I've exchanged money from it, I'll hear something 2, 3, even 4 times, you guys, and get so much more than I ever would on a webinar or information that just handed to me for free, or has low energy exchange for me, or like low monetary value. I don't see the value in it, and in exchange, like I don't really do much for it. I'm just like, whatever, just take it for granted. So I think it's so important for you to invest in yourself. That has been the biggest gift for myself. It has been investing. I have learned when you go into a class and you're in a community and circle of people, you learn from their mistakes. You learn what's working, what's not working. You learn, whoopsies. And you even sometimes, for myself, I've learned like, oh crap, I did that and that was wrong, like crap. So it's like an amazing innovation of your brain, and you get to see it more clear side of things. I think it's so beautiful. And all this energy exchange, like I was talking to you through this podcast, has helped me so much innovate in my business. My business is so different, and not just because it's mobile, you guys. There's so many aspects to it. I do things completely different than everybody, and it works really well for me. And it has worked very well for others too that I have coached, which I think it's really awesome, because it means like, what I do is working. But just remember the importance of being respectful of other people's boundaries, being respectful of how you ask and why you want it, and be willing to exchange. Even when I want information from somebody or how to do something, I'm willing to spend in it. And I always tell them, hey, if you want to charge me, go ahead, tell me how much, and I'm willing to pay you. I can, send you the money and just give me the information, so I can get the information that I need. And if even at that point, if they say no, I don't take it to heart. I respect that is their boundary and they're entitled to say no. So just like we ask our clients to say, to respect our boundaries, just like we are, because I see a lot of like groups, people complain about clients not paying their prices, and shout out to all my clients for being respectful of that. And, even like in always being open for me to, discuss why I charge what I charge and go over the process, and they understand that. Be mindful of people in our own beauty industry, you guys. Be respectful of their energy. Be respectful of their time, because, for you guys, like, oh, well, maybe Celeste has, like, she has money or she has it easy, this and that. I have made sacrifices. I talked once in a class. I was like, yeah, well, I didn't have Starbucks for I don't know how many months, so I could take this class because I knew it was coming up, and it was around a time period where I couldn't really invest, but that's how I made it happen. I've talked about my car. Like when I was in beauty school, instead of, getting a brand new car, I invested my money in education while I was a student. There's always been sacrifices, and I don't mean sacrifices. I have just done different energy exchanges or different methods of what makes sense to me, to be able to see where am I going to get the most investment of? What is going to benefit me for more than just like the pleasure of a year, 3 or 5? What's going to be the long-term benefit for me? And having said that, I am so excited to share with you guys. So I'm going to be having, a lot of you guys have been asking, how did you go mobile? About permits and forms and, like all the behind the scenes, like not so much the inside of it, but like the other parts that I've done into it. And I'm excited to share with you guys because I'm going to share everything. I'm going to share with you guys my templates, my business module, pricing that you can do anywhere, no matter what beauty part of the industry you're in, email, everything, you guys. I'm going to show the whole shebang to all you guys. I'm going to do my my second course, which I'm so excited. I actually did my first course back a few months ago. It was on video editing, and shout out to all my students that signed up for that. You guys were amazing. Because it was during shutdown and they still signed up. They were so awesome. But this time I want to do something really special. I'm only going to launch it. I'm going to do a special half off price, as a special for you guys just for 7 days. And I'm going to have a free masterclass talking about innovation. How can we change our business? Whether you're mobile, working from home, working part-time, or you're self-employed, beauty professional that just want to take your business to the next level, no matter what life throws at you. I'm going to be sharing with you guys, the importance of innovation, how to do it yourselves. And of course, talking about what I'm going to be offering to you guys, not just in the business side of things, but if you want to go mobile, how to do it. And there's different types of mobile businesses, and we're going to talk about that in the live masterclass. So if you want to sign up to the masterclass, please hit the link in the bio for my podcast. I have the website link right there where you can sign up. It's just, input your name, your address, and I give you a free little template that you can start using in your business. Thank you so much, you guys. So much love to you all, and I'll see you guys here next week.